Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to WatchYouWant.com. I would argue that of all the watch models available from all the watchmakers on the market, no watch is more redolent of motorsports and more evocative of automotive enthusiasm and the auto enthusiast's lifestyle than the Rolex Daytona. So it's only fitting that if you were going to buy a watch that has the metaphorical new car smell, it would be a Rolex Daytona with all boxes, papers, and factory warranty remaining. That's right, this is a Rolex Daytona in stainless steel, latest reference 116520 with the in-house Rolex Chronograph movement 4130, available from WatchYouWant.com with everything you would receive in the authorized dealer's showroom, plus remaining factory warranty until March of 2015. So let's get into what makes this watch special beyond the fact that you're getting a watch that is indistinguishable from new for a huge discount from the new authorized retail price. First and foremost, it's a Daytona. It's an immortal. When you're talking about the Rolex Daytona, you're talking about an unbroken Rolex Cosmograph chronograph lineage that goes back to 1963 when the first examples of the watch debuted, originally called the Le Mans, which is a bit ironic because that's a competing endurance race on the opposite side of the Atlantic. The 24 Hours of Daytona in Daytona Beach, Florida, lends this watch its current and most enduring name. Now, as of 1964, Rolex became the official title sponsor of the 24 Hours of Daytona, and as of 1965, the watch itself took on the name Cosmograph Daytona. Now, what's a Cosmograph, you ask? That's a great question. Only Rolex knows. We just know that the word, we'll humor them, has always been associated with the Rolex Chronograph from the 1950s to the present. And what's great about this watch is that although it packs all the modern developments in Rolex watertight case technology, case size, metallurgy, bracelet and clasp design, as well as watchmaking acumen inside, it's essentially the same design that debuted in 1963, and those original Rolex 24-hour drivers in 1964 would recognize this watch if it were transported back in a time machine. That's the thing about Rolex. They update, but they don't kill their icons. So when you buy this watch, you're getting something that's enduring, that's current today, but is guaranteed to be valuable tomorrow. Beyond the simple fact that it's an icon and it presents as new, this is the standard of reference for chronograph watches in the luxury sector. Some are more expensive, some are more finely finished. Many are finished poorly, many cost less money, but the bottom line is, this is the baseline. This is what everyone else starts with when they want to design a chronograph watch, because everyone measures themselves against Rolex, and this is historically the Rolex chronograph. Debuting in 2000 with its own in-house movement, this current reference is the most refined Daytona ever, meaning of the standard, this one sets the standard. So the 116520 has the in-house movement. What does that mean to you, the end user? It means that you have a 3-day power reserve between necessary windings. So if you have a rotation of watches and on occasion you want to wear something else, you can take this watch off for a day or two and it won't run down. Moreover, because it's a chronograph and it has a power-hungry complication built in, you can run the chronograph for a day or two and not worry about the watch running out of steam. Now, it has a very efficient bidirectional winding system with Teflon-coated wheels, smooth as butter. There are a lot of chronographs, many based on the Valjoux 7750 movement out there, where you can basically shake them in your hand and instantly know what's inside the case. They're that clumsy. With the Rolex Daytona, you'd be hard-pressed to hear this thing winding even with a stethoscope. It's that refined. Vertical clutch movement, what that means is, I'm going to get a little closer here, you can see the hand, it engages very smoothly, engages just like butter. It doesn't jump, it doesn't stagger, it doesn't gain extra seconds and go flying when you start it, like the clumsy horizontal clutch. And because it is a vertical clutch, the most refined form of chronograph coupling, it resets perfectly every time. A column wheel inside means the action is always crisp. Crisp, and you have that click report, just to let you know how crisp it is. There's an auditory and there's a tactile sensation to this watch that sets it apart from cheap chronographs, that sets it apart from pretenders, those who are essentially the motorsports poseurs with generic engines. This is the high-performance machine. Rolex in-house movement, long power reserve, anti-magnetic, self-winding, very refined and very precise. It is a COSC certified chronometer, like all contemporary Rolex automatic watches. Again, what sets this one apart is that incredible power reserve, which is the longest of any Rolex Oyster case and any Rolex in the current lineup. The bottom line is that the current 116520 is the best Daytona. It's the best the Daytona has ever been. Everything from the metal, which is 904L steel, to the clasp, which is milled from a solid piece of steel, to the Easy Link, which allows you to add and subtract 5 millimeters to the clasp, or 5 millimeters to the bracelet, I should say, tool-free, makes this the most user-friendly and pleasurable Daytona to own. So if you want to own a like-new Rolex Daytona with all factory accessories, all factory paperwork, documents of provenance, service, and user's manuals, the original hang tag, everything you would expect from a new authorized dealer, everything you would expect from a new retail showroom for Rolex is available with this Rolex Daytona in stainless steel, reference 116520. Check it out. Check out our entire collection of luxury pre-owned watches on our website, watchyouwant.com. Whether you choose this Rolex Daytona or one of our other quality luxury pre-owned watches, I'm confident that with Watch You Want, you will indeed find the watch you want.